All right, here's our lesson on slope from a line and from 2 points. So these are the notes that we took in class. So either if you're absent, you can watch these notes to watch this video to get the notes from today, or to fill in the holes if you missed any of the notes. So we talked about how to find slope from a line and from 2 points. So the first thing is we talked about different types of slope. So there's 4 different kinds of slope. There's positive slope, which positive slope is going to be where the line goes this way. And if you've ever watched the Slope Dude video, they'll talk about that when you're skiing, if you're a downhill skier, going uphill is hard work. It is puff, puff, positive is what Slope Dude says. The other type you need to be aware of is a negative slope. So a negative slope means it's going downhill. And if you're a downhill skier, that's your favorite kind of slope because it's going down the hill. So that is nice negative. So puff, puff, positive is the first one, and nice negative is the second one. There are 2 other kinds of slope that you need to be aware of. One is the horizontal line. So the horizontal line we call zero slope. Again, the downhill skier analogy. If I'm a downhill skier and this is the slope I'm on, it is zero fun. I would much rather be going down a hill nice and fast than on a flat surface. That's going to be zero fun. The other one is a vertical line that goes straight up and down. And if I'm a downhill skier, that is dangerous. That is not what I want to be doing. And if I happen to go off of a cliff and go down a hill, I'm going to probably say some not so nice words. And the worst curse word in algebra is called undefined. Can't solve it, not possible. It is undefined. So those are 4 kinds of slope. We have positive, negative, zero, which is a horizontal line, and undefined, which is a vertical line. Okay, so next we talked about how to find slope from 2 points. Or sorry, slope from a line. Slope from a line. All right, so to find slope from a line, there are 5 steps. The first step is to find 2 dots that are at intersections. Find 2 dots at intersections. Number 2, and they have to be intersections because we know that lines are made up of lots and lots of dots. There's tons of dots like all right next to each other. It's what makes up that line is a million little dots. So we have to find 2 that are at the intersections. So you look at the whole number of intersections for x and for y, and you find where the x and y intersect, where those lines intersect, and where the line crosses right at the intersection. So you have to find 2 dots at intersections. Then I always suggest that you start at the left dot. There are more than one way to solve these, but I think it's easiest if you start at the left dot. And from the left dot, I'm going to imagine I'm going to park my car there. So I call number 2, park the car, is what I call that one. And then from there, we're going to go up or go down. I call that the elevator. So we're going to elevator up or elevator down. If we elevator up, our slope is going to be positive. If we elevate down, our slope is going to be negative. So I'm imagining we're going to work. I'm going to park my car at the left dot. I'm going to take the elevator up or down to get to my office. That is called your rise. Rise is positive when it goes up and negative when it goes down, otherwise known as the change in y. Change in y. Step number 4, after you go up or go down, you're going to get out of the elevator and you're going to run to your office. So you're going to run to the right. It's always going to be to the right. If you start at the left dot, the running is always going to be to the right. And that is your change in x. And number 5, then you simply write rise over run, or it's change in y. That's a delta symbol for change. Change in y over change in x. So it's change in y over change in x. All right, so those are the 5 steps we use for finding slope from a line. Find 2 dots at intersections. Start at the left dot. I call it park your car. 3, elevator up or elevator down. You're going to go up or go down. So if you go up, your answer is going to be positive. If you go down, your answer is going to be negative. That is your change in y, because it's like how far are you changing on the y-axis? What the number's going from here on the y-axis to here. Then once you get out of the elevator, you're going to run to the office, always to the right. That is your change in x, and you write rise over run. So using those notes, let's try a couple of these. Let's see. We'll go to the next slide. There we go. All right. So from here, we're going to find 2 dots at intersections, which we already have those 2 dots. They're already marked for us on here. And we're going to rise. Our elevator is going to go up 1. We're going to run, run, run 2. So we went up +1 and we ran 2. So it becomes 1/2. The universal symbol for slope is m. So we write m equals 1/2. M equals 1/2. For number 2, we start at the left dot. This one we're going to go elevator down and then run, run, run. So we went down 2. So it's -2. And then we ran 2. So our slope is -2/2. Or we could just say -1. If you can simplify, you should absolutely simplify. Number 3, we're going to go up 1/2, up 1/2, makes our slope of 1/2. So 1 and 3 are the same. And then for number 4, we're going to take elevator down and run, run, run. The elevator went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elevator went down 5 and it went over 4. So our slope m is -5/4. And that is how you find slope from a line. Okay, next we talked about, we did the quizzes practice. And there are links to the quizzes practices on the homepage, so you can make sure you take a look at those when you have a chance. Okay, next we talked about slope from 2 points. So let's go back to the screen. Slope from 2 points. Okay, slope from 2 points. So let's imagine that we have 2 points. Let's say that we have like 3 and 6 and -2 and 8, let's say. So if those are 2 points that we were to graph them on our graph, so let's say if we had 3, 6, points can be about there. And if we had -2, 8, points can be about there. And there was a line. So we could draw the line and then try and guess the slope as best as we can, but there's a much more accurate way to do that. The formula has to do with knowing that in the first one we have an x and a y. We'll call that x1 and y1. And the second one also has an x value and a y value, our input and our output, our domain and our range from last trimester. And those are going to be, it's our second pair, so we're going to call them x2 and y2 because it's our second point. So the first point we're going to label x1 and y1, and the second point we're going to label x2 and y2. Right? Now the formula that goes with it is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the formula that most algebra teachers are, oh my nose is itchy all of a sudden. The formula that algebra teachers are going to have you use most of the time. So I call this the double rainbow. It's a double rainbow problem is what I call it. So I want to go y minus y. So it's going to give me 8 minus 6. And then x minus x. See the double rainbows? And it always goes right to left, right to left. It always goes in this direction, right to left. It never goes the other way. So you're going to get the same answer either way, honestly. But we're going to go left. We're going to go right to left. 8 minus 6, and then -2 minus 3. So -2 minus 3. Now, the part that you're going to mess up on here is you need to change to addition. We don't like subtraction. Let's get rid of subtraction. We're going to change to addition. And remember that changing to addition means we're going to add the opposite. That's what going from subtraction to addition in integers does. We're going to add the opposite. So this 8 minus 6 becomes 8 plus a -6, which is 2. And -2 minus 3 is -2 plus a -3, which is -5. So my slope is going to be -2/5. -2/5. So I change the addition to subtraction by adding the opposite. Again, so here's the formula, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So second y minus first y, second x minus first x. So it's like a double rainbow. Write that as a fraction and then simplify it. All right, let's try another one that's like that. What if I have something like 3, 6, and -5, 6? And if I were to graph these 2 points, or do the formula, my numerator is y2 minus y1, so it's 6 minus 6, and it's x2 minus x1, so -5 minus 3. So y minus y, x minus x. So you get -6, change it to add the opposite. Don't take a shortcut on these, you'll mess up. These you get 0 over -8. If I have 0 things, can I put them into 8 groups? I can. Everybody gets nothing. You get nothing, you get nothing, you get nothing, everybody gets nothing. So it's going to be nothing. So we're going to call this one m is 0. That would have a 0 slope. If I were to graph that, it would end up with a horizontal line. Right? What if I flipped it? What if the answer ended up being -8 over 0? What if 0 was the denominator? Can I take 8 things and put them into no groups? They have to at least go into one group, right? 8 things have to do something. I'm not a magician. I can't just make things disappear. So this would be m equals undefined. Undefined. Okay? And if I were to graph it, it would be a vertical line like that. Okay, so if 0 is the numerator, we say is a 0 slope. If 0 is a denominator, we say that it is undefined. Those are 2 very important things to put in your notes. Okay, and the last thing is taking a look at right here. If I was to find, can I find slope from a table? Slope from a table. Well, all you have to do these is realize that a table is just made up of points. So this is a point and this is a point. Like these are all points. So if I have points, if I have a 0.36 and a 0.510, then I can find the slope. As long as I have 2 points, I can find the slope. I just have to go 10 minus 6 and 5 minus 3. So 10 minus 6 and 5 minus 3. So it's 4 over 2, which is 2. So this has a slope of 2, or a constant rate of change of 2. Rate of change and slope mean the same thing. Doesn't matter which 2 points I pick. It doesn't even matter the order of the points. As long as I have 2 points, I can find the slope. And we could do the same thing with the one below. So we could do 17, 617, and 9 and 719. Use those as our 2 points. 617, 719. Then we get 19 minus 17, 7 minus 6, 2 over 1. Our slope for this one would be 2 as well. So they're both 2 in this particular case, right? And you're all caught up on notes. Off to go do your practice. Be sure to check in with me if there's things you don't understand. I'd be happy to do some more practice problems with you. There's quizzes to practice, and then there's the homework assignment and other opportunities. So look forward to helping you.